Such a great prayer. Such a great start up. I don't know about y'all, but if y'all missed the praise party, look, Rock said she was gonna live on 10, and she sure enough took us there, living on 10. It was an amazing time, an amazing setup, and God just knows how to make everything align with each other. So I'm so excited about how he used her on this morning. Again, welcome to all of the new sisters who are on the line. And if this is your first time being here with us, so happy that you're here. Our prayer and our plea is that you gain something from this and you walk away saying, I'm a sister now, and that there's nothing you can do about it. So thank you all for being here. And as always, thank you all for your prayers and just thinking of me and allowing me to come and impart some little piece of wisdom that I have for you all today. So as I was thinking about what is it that we're going to talk about today, I have been reading. Y'all know I'm always reading, and stuff will hit me at the craziest times. And so we're gonna go back to our military roots a little bit. You all know that coming up is Memorial Day, and a lot of people are celebrating that. But I went back to some things that they say. I'm always big on words and things that people say and how it does, because I believe that your words have power and words affect us. And so how we say and what we do and how we operate, it all matters. And so I'm always looking to find out, well, why do people do things, or why do people act, or why do we say the things that we say? And so on this morning, you all, we are going to talk about, if you're a note taker and you're looking for something, we are talking about your left, right, left, fall back and get in line. That's what our topic is for today. So God has been good. I had a good conversation with Dr. Di on yesterday, and I'm just so excited about what God is going to do and how he uses people. I'm so grateful for this sisterhood. I have so many new aunties and moms and sisters and cousins and everybody. It does my heart good. So I am just grateful. Sisters, I know that within these last few weeks, myself included, Satan has been busy. Roxa talked about it earlier today and saying how, she was at a 4 and wasn't living at her 10. And we all have been going through a lot just throughout the sisterhood. There has been death, there have been loss, there's been medical issues, newfound issues. And today, my message is simply for us to be encouraged. We serve a God who is that El Shaddai. Remember, we talked about him a few weeks ago, and we said he's the God of more than enough. And because he's a God of more than enough, it gives us the ability to be able to say, no matter what I'm going through, no matter my circumstances, I can still have a but God moment. Now, when we first came to our military, our spiritual military, you all remember we had the lesson about hoo-ha, right? And hoo-ha, if you miss that and you're not familiar with it, it's a phrase that's done in the military, and it stands for I heard, I understand, and I acknowledge what is being given in the commands that are given out from me. And so today we're going to go back to boot camp, and we're going back to boot camp. And I don't know if you have ever seen the military. If you are, and all my military people, y'all keep me honest. If I mess up, y'all just let me know on the backside. But if you've ever seen anyone in the military, or you've watched shows, TVs, movies, things like that, or you have experienced it, you know that in the military, there is a way that they have to walk together. Their troop, depending on which branch you are, your troop, your platoon, your whatever it is, you all have to walk in a certain step with one another. And in the movies is where a lot of us have seen it. You all know that when they're walking, typically there is a drill sergeant that is giving a command, and you've heard it and you've seen it all the time. And the drill sergeant, when he's talking, he does this thing and he says left, 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 right, left. And if you got a little song in it, and they got some good cadences going on, they'll say yo left, yo left, yo left, right, left, 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 yo left, right, left. And then, the troop is moving to how he is telling them to move it. If he says left, the left foot is going, if he's saying the left is moving and it's marching, and they all have to move together in a certain sense. And so when I started thinking about that, I was like, why is it that they're always saying the left? How come they ain't saying right, left, right? Like it would just seem like that would be the right thing. Now, let me tell you what is so interesting about the military. My father was in the military, so everything is always interesting, just how they move and operate. But I found out that when they're giving out that command of left, left, that left, right, left, what is actually happening is that the drill sergeant is actually giving a command, and he's teaching them how to obey orders and to do it immediately. And he's telling them how to do it in the correct way. When he's saying left, left, that left, right, left, he is telling them that I need you to keep up in time. I need you to keep up with me, and I need you to do it immediately because we got somewhere to go. There's somewhere that we're trying to get to, and we got to all move together because we all are operating as one. And so it's the drill sergeant's way of keeping time. It's his cadence of how he or her now is able to make sure that the group is staying in line. It's a call for them to obey what has been taught to them. And when the drill sergeant wants to assess how everyone is doing or what is going on, he'll say, halt, and he'll say, stop marching. And when he does that, he's looking at the troop and he's looking to see who is in line or who's not in line. And when he finds out who it is, he'll typically give another type of command. Usually, if there's a recruit or somebody who is offline, he'll give a fall back and get in line. He'll tell them, I need you to fall back and get in line. Come on, like get it together because we already got someplace we're trying to go. Sister, God in his infinite wisdom is keeping time with us. He's our drill sergeant on today, and he's directing us to obey his orders. And he's telling us, I need you to do it immediately because there's somewhere I need you to go. Sister, it is essential for us to listen to the drill sergeant when he's telling us where we have to go. He is telling us, look, I need your obedience. You want to be able to combat the things that are going on in life. You want to march in step. It starts with you being obedient. And I'm going to give you a little thing for you to remember when it comes to obedience. Obedience is doing what God has asked the first time, completely, joyfully, and without complaint. And then I'm going to give you another definition of what the word obey means. So if you got your notes, put a O, a B, a E, and a Y. And our definition for obey is simply going to be its order by everyday yielding. Sister, I know that life has been giving us a lot. I know that the trials and tribulations have been overwhelming, but we're going to go to Romans chapter 2 and verses 6 through 8. And I want to break it down so that we understand when the drill sergeant gives us our orders, we're able to move. And if for some reason we're out of step, he won't tell us to fall back and get back in line. And we got to do it immediately because there's an obedience factor that God needs for us to reach in order for us to make it through to the other side. So in Romans chapter 2, verses 6 through 8, verse number 6 says, God will repay each person according to what they have done. Verse number 7, to those who by persistence in doing good seek glory, honor, and immortality, he will give eternal life. Verse number 8, those who are self-seeking and who reject the truth and follow evil, there will be a wrath and an anger. Sister, when it comes to us getting in step and getting in line, when God is giving us our orders of our left, right, left, he's really trying to set us up for our formation, for our battle. One of the other things that they do in this left, right that I found out, back in Bible times, when there was the military group that were going out and the warriors who were going out to fight, they always started off with their left. And they started off with their left because it was the position of defense. So imagine being on the battlefield, right? You've got your troop, you're there. And whenever the enemy was coming to attack them, they had to put up their shield on their left hand side. And in their right, they usually had a sword or some type of weapon that they were getting ready to knock down the enemy too. So when the drill sergeant, even back in that time frame, was saying left, he was saying, I need you to stand up and get in position to get ready to fight as we get ready to move through. We're getting ready to go to drill. We're getting ready to go to battle. And I need you to get up and get in position. So when you hear that left, that goes back to get right. Get in position, get ready. I need you to do it right now, immediately, because guess what? We have an enemy that is trying to come after you and I, an enemy that wants to tear us down, an enemy that's trying to make us live beneath the number 10. He wants us to be in that 2, that 3, that 4 space. He wants you to be focusing on the death. He wants you to focus on the illness that you can't have. He wants you to focus on how you don't have enough money to get through. He wants you to focus on not being able to be good with you. You don't like what you see in the mirror. And so he wants you to try and get you all discombobulated. Remember, we're in that wonderland of life. That's the enemy's job. And so when drill sergeant says left, he says, I need you to get up in position and understand Holy Spirit is here with you. And it's going to be your shield. It's going to be your protection. Is going to get you together. And guess what? We got to get our weapons ready to get ready to fight. And then in comes Romans chapter 2 and verse number 6. It says that God will repay each person according to what they have done. Sister, if you believe in it, if you're trusting that God is going to be there for you and that he will do exceedingly abundantly, if you're moving and operating and knowing that he is our El Shaddai, guess what? When drill sergeant says left, take your position. You get ready to get into that stance and you get ready to move into that position that God is trying to do. He says, I need you to get some order in your life. And you get order in your life by yielding to me each and every day. That's why we got to obey. That's why the obedience factor is a right now type of thing. You're going through trials, you're going through tribulations, and you're trying to figure out what is happening, what's going on. It's because God is saying, I need you to obey. I need you to give it over to me. I need you to yield. And it's a daily thing. This is not something you can just say on a Sunday morning in the sisterhood class. Oh, I give myself to Jesus. I'm living on 10. And then moments, hours later, you over here crying and in despair because you've already forgotten about, I'm yielding to God. I am obeying. I'm allowing him to order me, and I'm allowing him to do what he calls for me to do. I'm going to allow him to step. When he says left, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to get in position so that I can get ready to fight with my right. The right is the word. The right is prayer. That is your weapon. Just like our troop sister, the sergeant is keeping time with our lives. When he says left, right, left, usually there's a pause in between him saying that left. You know what that pause is? When the drill sergeant from up above is saying left and he gives you pauses, sometimes the silences in life are intentional. God has to intentionally be silent because he's waiting on you to get in position and come to him in prayer. He's saying, okay, before I get ready to move you, before I get ready to take us to the next space, I'm giving you some time to come to me. I'm giving you some time to get ready to activate your weapons that you got going on. You say you want to be at 10. Being at 10 is yielding your mind, yielding you, yielding everything that you are over to him. Sister, when you get those silent moments in life, are you ready to get in position? Are you in the position of prayer to yield yourself to what God has for you? My God. Dr. Di told us about the different types of prayer. And there's one prayer that she talked about. She said it's that prayer of DCs. And if you missed that or you just didn't look at the outline, the prayer of DCs is the strong prayer. It's that type of prayer that stresses a need, an urgency. God, I need it right here, right now, because I'm in the midst of the storms. I'm in the midst of the trials. And when you get into that position, drill sergeant is already telling you left, get in position. And then he has that silent moment in between. And that silent moment is for you to get into that DCs to say, God, hear me, God. See me, God, it's swirling around. God, I don't know what to do. God, I've lost it. God, they done lost it. Everybody around me done lost it. I'm about to lose it. God, I'm at the end of my rope. And God is saying, look, if you want me to, then you've got to stand. Are you ready to get in position? Are you ready to obey? Are you ready to yield to me each and every single solitary day? Are you willing to allow me to direct your path? Are you willing to allow me to move you in the way you want me to do? I already told you on a couple of weeks back that when we pray, there's a moving that happens. There's a stirring that goes on. That's why prayer has to be essential. That's why it got to be your weapon in the right hand. When you get into that stance, you got to be ready to come at it. So when drill sergeant says left, 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 right, left, we're ready to move, and we're ready to move with a fervor. We're ready to move immediately because there's something that God needs for you and for me to be able to do. And let me tell you how good drill sergeant really is, right? Even when he's given us the orders of what we're supposed to do, when he notices that we still aren't acting right, when we still ain't doing what we're supposed to do, when we still not trusting, when we're still not obeying, sometimes he will say, hope. And that hope are those moments where you have nothing else to do but to look up to him. And it's in that looking up to him, in that rock bottom moment, that he says, daughter, I see you. Daughter, I get you. Daughter, I need for you to understand that if you just trust in me, put all your weight in me, listen to my direction, I promise you, I'm going to lead you over to where you need to be. And sometimes with our hard-headed selves, God still has to just say, okay, she still don't get it. So he says, look, stop what you're doing, halt it. And then he says, now, get back in line. Sometimes he got to swat us a little bit and he got to say, get back in line. Trust me, because I'm the same God on yesterday I'm the same God today that I was on yesterday. And guess what? If that ain't good enough, I'm the same God that said, I am the great I am. I'm the God that spoke things into existence. I'm the God who loved you enough. I sent my son for you because I knew you wasn't going to be able to handle it all. I knew you was going to get out of line. So because I'm that God, because I'm the God who's the El Shaddai, because I'm the God of more than enough, he says, hey, stop it. Get back in line and get ready to take your stance. And when he does that, y'all, when we start to yield, that's when God says, left, 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 right, left. That's when he begins to get ready. And when he says left, left, yo, left, right, left, he's saying, hey, get in position, get in line, get ready to stand, get ready to do what I told you to do, because we're moving and it's an immediate thing. Sisters, on today, I need for all of us to simply obey. I need us to order ourselves, get your mind right, and yield to God. Use your DACs of prayer and say, God, do what you need me to do. Cry out. And after you cry out, stop crying, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and get back in line, because drill sergeant is saying, hey, left, 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 right, left. Fellow sisters, we need to give God our hoo-ha. I heard you, Lord. I understand what you're saying. I'm acknowledging that I haven't been always what I needed to be. But on this day, I'm going to get in step. I'm going to get in line. I don't know about you, sister, but I'm ready to left, 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 right, left. I'm going to get in my position. I'm going to use my tool of prayer. I'm going to use my tool that is my avenue. I'm going to say, God, use me, take me, push me where you want me to go. Order me for whatever it is that you need for me. Sisters, on today, it's I left, right, left. Get in line. If you fell out of line, get in line and know that you got a sisterhood that is waiting for you. Your troop, we here. We in formation. We ready to go. God is here. God is able. He's the God of more. Sister, on today, we gonna live on 10. We gonna operate on 10, and we gonna left, right, left to God's timing, not our timing. We're going to activate our prayer life, and we're going to be able to do all that he wants us to do. Sisters, it's I left, right, left. Fall back and get in line. Doc's back to you.
Oh my soul, but I'm screaming, Lord have mercy.